What is going on, everybody? Tanner here with another video. Hope you're all having a great day. This is just going to be like a transparent, real video talking about what it was like as my first day as an internet entrepreneur, specifically catered towards e-commerce. So, excuse me, you know, the term internet entrepreneur is something everybody wants to have. Everybody wants to put that in their Instagram bio, and a lot of people do it who aren't even really, you know, qualified to put it. You know, internet entrepreneur, you know, it's something cool to have as a title, but it's not for everybody. Entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. Making money on the internet, not everybody can do it. Not everybody is meant to do it. You know, a lot of people are claiming they're internet entrepreneurs. They make a first couple bucks, but in reality, they're still working a 9 to 5. And they're not putting in enough time and effort to become like a true entrepreneur. Success isn't easy, and a lot of people think they see one YouTube video on how to run a Facebook ad and they can just, you know, duplicate it over and over and expect the same exact result of that person got and become successful. But it's not that easy. You know, Albert Einstein once said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So over the past 2 years within my journey of e-commerce, I've learned a lot of big lessons, and I want to share a couple of those with you guys here today. And they're not only just, you know, marketing lessons, but also just lessons, you know, personally I've had, you know, growing, because, you know, as time goes on, we're supposed to grow as people, we're supposed to learn more, we have to adapt to situations, and there's a lot of things I've learned since I first got into e-commerce in 2017. So I want to share my first day as an internet entrepreneur and what I've learned. So let's go ahead and get started. But before we do that, I want to talk about the Miami giveaway. I'm sure most of you guys know we had thousands of people join the giveaway. I did a giveaway where I fly a person to Miami for one-on-one mentorship, and that ended. I announced the giveaway winners, we picked the winners, and of course, of all chances, for people that live all around the world that entered the giveaway, the one person who won, this guy, he already lives in Miami. So since he's doing that, I decided to do another giveaway. So that guy's still gonna win, and I could have just ended it there, but what I decided to do is, you know, I'll just make things more exciting, since I'm not gonna have to pay for a plane ticket. You know, I still have to pay for his hotel and stuff like that. But what I'm gonna do is fly out another person from wherever they live around the world, and they're gonna be able to come to Miami. I'm flying myself, my Facebook ads team, and we're gonna have a great time down there, learn a lot, and basically just change now 2 people's lives. So basically the way you enter this giveaway is you join Next Generation E-Commerce. Yes, that's my program. It's a paid program, it's not free. I'm doing this so I can have people who already want to invest in themselves, and if you're buying my program, you most likely already have ad spend available. And that's actually one of the requirements to join my program, is that you have an additional $500 or more in ad spend, just because a lot of people want to sell their course just to make money. Now I want to do it to actually help people. So if you don't have ad spend after buying my course, then what's the point? If you have all this information and resources but you don't have any money to, you know, actually try and test different things, then, you know, how are you going to be able to start the business and test products and get to where you want to be? So that's sort of how I'm doing all this. If you want to join Next Generation E-Commerce, there'll be a link in the description for more information on the giveaway. Basically, you have 24 hours. So it's 9 a.m. right now on Saturday and 9 a.m. on Sunday, the giveaway ends. I announced it yesterday at 9 a.m. on my Instagram. So this is new for you guys, but if you get in, you're gonna have a chance. It's gonna be picked by random. So far we've had a few people join, so I'm super excited. I want to do this so it'd be very, you know, tightened down and not just a bunch of random people who just want a free trip to Miami. I want this to be something that actually changes people's lives. So that's what we're doing. But anyways, back to this video. It was 2017, early 2017. My business partner and I at the time, he had an Instagram account with over 3 million followers, all right, a themed account, a DIY account actually. And I started hearing a little bit about e-commerce and drop shipping and everything like that, and he came to me with this product. It was a bubble mask. Basically, you put on your face, it foams up, and you're supposed to, you know, you clean it off, whatever. But anyways, what happened is I saw the product, I set up a drop shipping store on Shopify. I remember I knew nothing about true marketing or graphic design, store design, anything like that. Is threw the product on there, and I knew that I just wanted to get started. And when it came to ads, I didn't know how we were gonna run ads. I knew a lot about influencer marketing because that's what I had been doing for 2 years prior, but we had to figure something out. And what we had to figure out was how to get a video of someone using this, and then how to edit it and stuff like that. Now for me, I'm pretty resourceful and I'm a quick learner, so I wanted to learn video editing. So I got Final Cut Pro, I started watching some YouTube videos, and I learned from there. And then we actually need some content to edit to make for our ads. So one thing we were doing is we were paying people from Fiverr. Basically, you can pay freelancers to do whatever they offer, but I would pay these girls to make videos using the face mask. and then we would cut it up, add music, add text, all that stuff, post it on our Instagram. But then we were like, all right, let's go ahead and post it on our page, the 3 Million account, because obviously people were buying ads from us, and I guess they were making money because they were buying ads continuously. So what we decided to do, we posted the ad on there, and we ended up getting a lot of sales without any ad spend at all, because we were able to leverage a resource that we already had without having to pay for any ad spend. So I remember it like yesterday, you know, we got our first sale. It was March 27th, 2017, I believe. I had it on my phone, and I'll actually put up a picture right here. And we made our first sale, and that just like hit me emotionally hard. And I'm sure it has for some of you guys that get your first sale. It's like, wow, you know, this gives me inspiration and motivation to show that, you know, there's so much more out there. Me getting one little $17 sale is not a big deal in retrospect to everything else going on, but it shows that there's so much more to achieve out there, and that one little sale can lead to a lot. And eventually, as time went on, we just kept posting it over and over on our Instagram page, the 3 Million account, and we were boosting the posts on the business page by doing like for like and comment for comment. It's sort of a confusing strategy. I don't want to overcomplicate and ramble on about that. But anyways, we were getting a lot of views on our business page, a lot of likes. And then we were like, you know what, I think we hit our first like $1,000 day, and I was like, I made it. I'm never gonna have to work again. This is like crazy. And I knew that I just want to keep doing this over and over and over. So, you know, me having no experience with e-commerce or marketing, or I mean a little bit of influencer marketing, but nothing crazy, was, all right, let's buy inventory. So that's what we ended up doing. We didn't like the whole drop shipping. You know, we ran into the common issues of shipping times and all this different stuff. So we decided we were gonna buy inventory. So we bought inventory, like 2,000 units or something like that. And what ended up actually happening was, other people started understanding what dropshipping was in the influencer space. They started copying our store exactly, stealing our ads, and selling the same exact product. And we didn't know anything about marketing. We were just posting it on our own page. You know, we weren't doing any retargeting or custom audiences and stuff like that. So we really were just minimizing our audience and saturating that Instagram page with our one store and one product. We didn't even have any other products to offer, and we had inventory, everything's going well, I'm shipping them out, and then eventually just died out. We stopped getting sales, and we didn't know what to do. So there's me stuck with a bunch of inventory, you know, at my parents' house. I felt bad. It's actually still there, all those bubble mask things. So that was lesson 1 right there. It is, don't buy inventory unless you have something that's proven and actually consistently getting sales. I didn't know what indicators to look for, how much, you know, how many sales I was needing to get. I didn't do any logistics. It was just like a random move that we wanted to make because we thought we were gonna grow the business bigger and bigger and bigger. And now looking back at it, if I would have known then what I know now, I definitely could have grown that into a huge brand. We could have made a lot of money with it, and it would have been a great time. But since that wasn't the case, and we all have to live and learn and go through trial and error, you know, everything sort of just fell off. We weren't making money anymore, and I was sort of just like, you know, looking down on myself. And it took 7 months to, you know, get back in the groove and reach my first six-figure store, which was the Gold Rose. I know a lot of you guys know about that story. But anyways, the first lesson I want to talk about, that's just the basics of the story, by the way. But let's go ahead and get into some of the lessons. I don't want to drag out that story forever because I can go on and talk about my story for a long time, but I'm not going to do that. First lesson I learned is consistency. If you're consistently putting in work, you're gonna get some kind of value out. If you're putting value out, you're gonna get value back. So with this store, you know, it stopped just making sales after a while, but I knew that I could have just given up right there and, you know, whatever, I'm done with e-commerce, I don't want to do this anymore. But what I decided to do was just keep learning and keep trying new things. Because if you're learning new skills, you know, Elon Musk just made a tweet or said something in an interview like, you know, nowadays what's more important in 2019 is skill sets, not college degrees, because it's going to take you much further. And I completely agree with that. Now, one of the lessons I learned was just to stay consistent in whatever you're doing if you actually want to go all in and do it. I see a lot of people try and start a business, but they just want to, you know, half-ass it and only do it a little bit. But if you want to do something and become successful in it, you have to go all in and do everything that needs to be done in order to reach that level of success that you actually want. So that 7-month period between, you know, making no sales, starting new stores and failing, and then finally reaching success was just trial and error. And I feel like that happens for most people in any business. This isn't like a rags to riches story, but it's like I went from a time of making like no sales and didn't know what to do to reaching my first six-figure store just by staying consistent and learning and trying new things over and over. And now it's sort of funny how my first store ever was was a one product store, and then my first big store was a one product store. And now I'm focused more on stores with tons of different products, you know, just so I can test multiple things at once and continue to grow from there, and then branch out separate products. But I feel like that's a very important lesson, is that if you actually want to achieve something, just go all in and stay consistent with it. I know it sounds sort of cheesy, but I think it's very important. And another thing that sort of comes along with making money online, the internet entrepreneur title, is ego. Now for me, my ego was pretty big about 6 months ago. I tamed it down because I sort of put myself in place and realized where I was. You know, I literally just wanted to flex every single thing I could. You know, my car, other people's cars, the lifestyle of traveling, doing all this stuff. You know, I was going on the jets. By the way, I never ever paid for a jet full price, by the way. The most I paid for a jet is like $100. You just gotta learn how to finesse it and make connections. But anyways, you know, I was just flexing every single thing I could. And I feel like as an internet entrepreneur, you start to make some money online, you see everybody else doing it, and you get the tendency to want to show off because you think it's gonna make people think better about you and what you're doing, and you know, whatever the end goal is. But I realized I was doing these things without ever having an end goal. I was doing it just to try and impress people that honestly don't really care. Because when you look into it, people don't really care about your cars and stuff. Like, if for example, like I took my car, I've taken to my grandma's house in Florida. You know, I've taken my Porsche there, I've taken my friend's Maserati, my friend's Mercedes, you know, all these like pretty cool, fancy looking cars. And she's like, who cares? You know, it's just a car. You know, some people are like that, they don't really care about cars. For me, I love cars, so you know, it's cool to see them to me. But like in retrospect, people don't really care about the cars and the success and stuff like that. People can recognize real, people can recognize fake. And you know, if you're just trying to put on a front and show off things all the time instead of putting out value, then you're not gonna get value back. I see a lot of people try and show off all these different things they have just to try and get someone to you know, pay them money for fake mentorship or scamming people and all this stuff I see going on all the time, which I'm trying to sort of cut down. There's actually like a blacklist going on right now. One of my friends is making Kindle, who's basically just exposing people, where if you can go in there and talk about people who have scammed you and how it happened and stuff like that, sort of to like help litigate the internet entrepreneur space, because so much is going on all around. So one piece of advice I would give to you guys as far as making money online is don't let it get to your head. Just stay quiet about what you're doing, and if you want to share something that you achieved and why it's important to you. Maybe it's giving $10,000 to a family member. Ramsey, if you're watching this, I know you just did that, so congrats to you, that's awesome. But you know, other things, showing off a car and how you worked for it and the journey of making money to buy that car and afford it and pay for it, not just renting something and showing it off to try and impress your followers. Do things for a reason and you will get value back, I promise you that. So that's what I've learned when I went into like that 3-month stage where I didn't post like on YouTube or Instagram or anything really, and was really just focusing on myself. I lost like over 30 pounds, and I really just got into a better mindset where I was just more focused on what I wanted to do. Because if you let these, you know, bad habits and bad decisions lead on for too long, you start to eventually you'll realize what you're doing is wrong, why it's like that, and how you need to change things in order to get to where you actually want to be at. So, you know, this is sort of like a ramble video. I wouldn't say ramble, but it's more of just like, you know, my thoughts and what I've learned, and just being transparent about where I'm at right now. You know, where I'm at right now, I definitely am not happy with myself, I would say. You know, when I go to sleep at night, I don't go to sleep, you know, happy and, you know, go to sleep so relaxed. I go to sleep not being able to sleep because I just want so much more, and I'm not you know, complacent. And I think that's another big lesson I learned, was being complacent. That sort of ties into the ego thing. It was just thinking that I had everything that I needed and everything that I wanted, when in reality that money started to run out after a few months, and you realize, oh, I'm gonna have to do something or else I'm gonna be stuck with no money, no car, you know, whatever else. My situation wasn't that bad, but I was definitely running out of money. And you know, I like to keep my bank account above a certain number, and once it started getting lower than that number, I was like, all right, something's gotta change right now. So, you know, things don't change unless you change. And I feel like that's, you know, a very important lesson that I've learned myself, and I feel like all of you guys should take that into account too. Is just, you know, do things for a reason, don't become complacent, listen to yourself and what you want to do and not what others want to do. And yeah, if you're gonna become like an internet entrepreneur, you know, do it ethically, and you know, just become what you want to be. Don't do it just because you want to be an internet entrepreneur and show off to everybody that you're an internet entrepreneur, but do it because you want to provide some kind of value through a specific business, whether it's drop shipping and you want to give people this product to help them with whatever. You know, that's just all what businesses are, is providing a solution most of the time, or offering something that helps better someone's life in some kind of way. So yeah guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Sort of a ramble video, I know, but I haven't done one of these in a long time, so I felt like it was a little bit past due, you know, being back here in North Carolina and doing a sitting in my car video. I actually haven't recorded on this little camera in a long time, so it feels weird. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Also, the giveaway ends 24 hours, less than 24 hours now by the time this goes up. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.